So I figured I'd focus on a piece of literature, that being Paradise Lost. I have an interesting relationship with this. I actually remember learning of this in relation to Frankenstein, where this is one of the books the creature read before he decided he wanted to get a girlfriend. But anyway, it's one of the first writings which made Lucifer more sympathetic and even tries to tell most of the story through his perspective. It's much younger than the Bible, but pretty old for a Lucifer sympathetic piece of media. It's like 500 years old. It's older than America. I've seen a lot of people talk reverence of this because it's kind of a landmark thing. But I'll be honest, the more that I look into it, I think it's kind of, it's got some issues. I'll approach this from a Christian perspective, using some real reference, and also interpreting some of my own ideas. So for a start, it's worth noting that in the original Bible, there is basically no mention of Lucifer. Like at best some interpretation of the passage of Morning Star, but that really isn't anything. Closest thing would probably be Dat Snake. There is some extended media which develops the idea of a Lucifer. I do believe there is a Lucifer out there, an idea of an ultimate bad man, but it's not exactly what a lot of people interpret. I'm all for seeing other people's perspective, but I don't think this is it. Hell isn't an organized thing. It's a bickering cesspool where everyone hates each other. Demons could try to get along, but it's not really going to work in the long run. To be honest, I'm willing to bet this piece had some devil influence to make Lucifer sympathetic somehow. For a start, to indicate something's off. Timeline. So they make it that Lucifer's whole fall from grace, rebelling against heaven, happened well before the creation of man. Now, I guess people didn't get a sense of a timeline back then, but basically none of this drama happened before the creation of man. Like, look into the first story, the whole creation of the cosmos. Before then, there was literal nothing, void, blankness. Then God said, shebang, shebang. He created everything in like 6 days, rest on the seventh. I have theory, dudes from the future need time travel back. Like, he couldn't exist in a void of empty. He had to get there from the future. And that shows another key thing. When the fall of Lucifer would happen, or more appropriately, has yet to happen. So if anything, here's some ideas. God did outcast Lucifer before the whole creation of the universe. He just had to travel back in time to create the universe and deal with epic heaven and hell stuff from the future. It's something Milton wouldn't have thought of, but I think makes total sense. And with that in mind, that means the Lucifer of the future who's wallowing in hell can't do anything about Adam and Eve. He's just sitting there. But okay, time travel aside, basic point is God's whole conflict with the angels and demons and Lucifer is way, way, way separated from his business with the creation of the universe and Adam and Eve. So anyway, also whatever complex motivation, woo boy idea people have for Lucifer, it's honestly pretty simple. Bro wanted power control and God was like, heck no to that. I don't know if he ever was an angel. I don't know, this is just theory land. Other things with Paradise Lost is to make the whole tempting of Adam and Eve fruit more complicated than it needs to be. Again, keep it simple. There isn't some elaborate conspiracy. Snake just say, hey, try it. They try it, lose fun garden, and Snake lose leg. Okay, so here's the thing about Snake. So, it is the devil, but not exactly in the way you'd think. Remember stuff I mentioned about time travel? Well, the devil could have many time travel duplicates, like 6 to 9. 6 is his prime strongest form, with 1 and 2 being one of his weakest ones. So basically, that's what this is. This isn't a devil in some trickster form. This is some honest-to-God, stupid lizard who all he could do is lightly suggest. Then after temptation, he couldn't even keep that. He lost his legs and became a land sausage. There's some precognition within this story where they know certain events are going to happen and Jesus dying and such. I mean, it makes sense. God's from the future. I could sort of vibe with this. I disagree with some of the presentation, but, to each their own. Anyway, that's some of my takes with Paradise Lost. Some of the contrasting with mythology, some based on my own ideas. It's curious how this version of the devil reflects other more sympathetic cases of the devil. I've been circling Hazbin Hotel for a while, and it's curious how this reflects their woo boy of Lucifer. And don't get me started on Lilith. Anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed day, and God bless.